Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear audience, in this time I will tell you about our contribution as Nahdliyyin citizen in commemorating the first century of NU's birth. As we know, NU is the largest Islamic mass organization in Indonesia and also in the world, has features that make this organization acceptable to all levels of society in Indonesia and also in the world. In this commemorating the first century of NU's birth, our contribution as Nahdliyyin citizens is: let's continue to apply, to adhere to the foundation of attitude and act as a reflection of Islamic teachings, rahmatan lil alamin. For the first, be tawassut, be i'tidal, which mean moderate and firm. Being tawassut or middle is tantamount to being impartial for the pros and cons, not extreme, but rather being in the middle axis, which will determine the most appropriate and fair decision. This attitude of tawassut does not mean having no conviction or principle, but rather a wisdom in behaving and acting. Will be a person who cuddles, nurturing, and flexible to all groups. For the second, be tasammuh or tolerance. Allah created different human beings with all kinds of characteristics, thought, and will from one another that cannot be the same. So NU considers differences to be inevitable. There is nothing wrong with all these differences. That's why NU makes tasammuh attitude applied in addressing differences in belief, differences of opinion in religious issues, khilafiyah, as well as in social and cultural issues. Tolerance requires effort to find common ground, not to widen the gap in differences, departing from the common ground in these similarities. Brotherhood, which then develop ukhuwah Islamiyah, ukhuwah wataniyah, and also ukhuwah bashariyah. For the third, be tawazun or balance. Adherents of Aswaja teaching must apply a balanced attitude in all fields. In understanding religious texts, it must be balanced in the use of revelation and reason. In serving, one must also pay attention to the balance between serving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the fellow human being, and their environment. So with this tawazun attitude, every Aswaja adherent must avoid being excessive on one side and ignoring other consideration. And the last, be amar ma'ruf nahi munkar. It is the basis of this attitude means that NU members must always have the sensitivity to encourage good deeds, be beneficial for life together, and reject and prevent all things that can lead to and undermine the values of life. The act of amar ma'ruf nahi munkar starts from oneself, from the closest environment, namely family, from the smallest thing, and is done right now. As for the principle of nahi munkar according to NU, it must be carried out in an acceptable way, not violently or destructively, and within the framework of maintaining human dignity. That's all. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.